We actually during game 2, we were actually gonna get a 4-way because we're gonna have game 3 Ashdar versus Toasty at the same time, and they are off. Okay, chat. What do you think that first item is gonna be? Haha, got a Spazer. Yeah, we need to wish for Spazer when Seffi's playing, but he's not in the. He managed to bow out in his first round, so. Ah, the old reserve tank, and we got Moonfalls on both sides. And let's see what that first item is. It is Spazer. Oh my god. So they'll have to go ahead and boost their way up to the morph ball on the ceiling. Ponk has no trouble with it. Nor does Maniacal. And their first ammo item is missiles, so they're going to be searching for one ammo item. Let's hope they get power bombs. A little bit harder to deal with the power bomb missing because power bombs could be as far as somewhere in Norfair for your first power bombs. Super missiles, on the other hand, you can't quite get as far without them, so they will come up sooner. And but we get super missiles, which means we are not going to get power bombs, which means BT has to be progression. It's going to be either regular bombs, speed booster, or screw attack. So which one are we going to see? Put your guesses in now. Yes, Rossi, you've got to face the winner of these two. We see a call for screw attack, another call for bombs. Another call for bombs. We got Galen with speed. Steel wants bombs. So far, seeing 3 bombs, 2 screws, 3 screws, and a speed. Well, it's got to be one of those 3, otherwise they can't do anything else. Ponk getting up the climb a little bit ahead, getting up a little bit faster as well. And we're about to see that item, and it is Speed Booster! Of course, this means we don't fight Bomb Chorizo. So right now, there's a lot of places that we can't check. We can't go to Gauntlet. I take it back. You can actually get in and out of Gauntlet with the Speed Booster. Getting in is fairly easy, getting out less so. It's a pretty tight short charge. It's not really in Logic, though. The short charges with stutters are not in Logic. Just seeing an E-Tank get Terminator. Can't go check 230 missiles without bombs or power bombs, so that's not going to be our first power bombs. And they can't get to the back of Gauntlet, so while the major item there could be a good item, and could be a useful item, unless it's bombs, they wouldn't be able to go all the way through to the back and find any power bombs anyway. And good point, Ross. So yeah, you need more than 99 health to do that, but they have 199 available now. I think that's enough if you do it in 2 stages, because you'd have to do a charge to get across the blocks in the first place, open the door, and then do a charge to get all the way across. So missiles so far at early supers. They won't be able to get the back item here. Not with just speed booster. And more missiles. And more missiles. So we won't be able to check Edacoons. We'll see if either one of them chooses to make the Spore Spawn play. And in fact, Ponk looks like he's going to take the save. Because he can't get to the save point is right by Spore Spawn, he can't take. So he did manage to take the save. He did manage to not go into the wrong room. It is a thing that happens at least once, and only once to runners. At least we hope only once. Going in the wrong door could mean going into what I believe is the map room, which you can't get out of without bombs of some sort. And so far, Big Pink just having regular missiles. Maniacal didn't take the save, so it means he's not going to go to Spore Spawn. And there are the power bombs in Big Pink, so no Spore Spawn. So the runners are probably feeling much better about things right now. We'll see if either one of them goes back to Edacoons. Ponk not getting the wave gate glitch on the first try and runs out of super missiles, so he's got to either farm up more or skip the item. I like what he's doing here. He's going to go back to Edacoons, check out that item, and then he'll go back and get the wave gate item there. And Maniacal's going to head down to Waterway. This is a really interesting trick here. So the distance is exactly enough. Ooh, and gravity suited Edacoons. Oh, and space jump at Waterway. Oh, great items. My favorite item in Space Jump. What a great movement item. It opens up a whole bunch of stuff for them. That's actually really good for Maniacal, because he'll be able to check the X-ray item, and Ponk would have probably checked the X-ray item regardless of whether he got that Space Jump, since he's really good at those deboosts. So hopefully Ponk remembers to go to Waterway, and hopefully even more so if Maniacal remembers to decides to go back to the Edacoons. And actually, interestingly enough, until the newest update of the Varia site, we actually couldn't have Gravity Suit in some of these places. The Gravity Suit, I believe, could only spawn in Waterway and X-Ray in the Brinstar locations, and that's been since changed. Something about the way things were coded. Oh my god! Well, Spaceship is my favorite item to answer the question about. I don't know if I'm the main champion of it, but there's a long-standing argument between me and French Lightning John about the uses of Space Jump, so... Yeah. Yeah, you know, sometimes the suits are easy and sometimes they're hard, and yeah. And Maniacal is going to go back and get his gravity suit, so good on him. See, Sephi agrees. Punk's going to get his space jump. Look at this. Space jump is more of a good thing for Maniacal, as I said, because Ponk is well versed in doing the X-ray check. If there's something good at X-ray, he's going to be able to get it. Space jump or no. Maniacal is not likely to have checked X-ray without it or without grapple beam, and now he'll have access to that as well. So Maniacal's picking up his gravity suit. And these guys are ammo and charge beam away from go mode, essentially. Although right now they don't really have a good way up worst room of the game in Lower Norfair. Both of them well versed in the high jumpless lava dive, so they definitely can get down there. It's more a question of worst room in the game. You can get up there with a wall jump, but it's a very tricky and precise wall jump that most runners don't practice. Most runners can't do. It's also not in logic, so there's got to be something that'll get them up there. Oh wait, they got space jump. Never mind. Space jump makes it. I wouldn't say it makes it room easy, but makes it certainly doable. So they got the space jump to get up that. Don't be surprised you see both of them do lower Norfair once they have the ammo or a charge beam to get up there. Neither one having the ammo, as we've only seen one super pack so far. Yeah, right. Forgetting my own favorite item. When you play and watch enough of these, they all start to mesh together. I'm sorry. Yeah, so the CWJ is a way to get to wreck ship early without any other items. They wouldn't need it at this point because they do have the speed booster. Basically, it's a frame perfect and double frame perfect jump from the door where you essentially kind of do a little wall jump clip that allows you to make a jump over into the wreck ship area. It can be done in many other places, but typically not used anywhere but that one spot to get into the wreck ship. Both checking X-ray now. With both suits, this is actually a fairly safe check. Without Barrier Suit, this becomes a very dangerous check. And Charge Beam. Okay. This is playing like a fast seed, but whatever. We did change the speeds for the playoffs so that each item has a variable progression to the next item. That's going to be their progression. And this one seemed to have gone fast, because we've got everything we need. And it's going to come down to execution. And like I said, both these guys are more than capable of doing a high jumpless lava dive, and I expect both of them to try it. But first, we're going to go down to Kraid. At least Ponk is. It's like Maniacal is going to do the same thing. To be honest, I think I would have liked to have seen Maniacal go up and see what's at the wreck ship. Because he's got to know that Ponk's going to go down and do a high jumpless lava dive. On the other hand, there aren't that many more things he can pick up. Oh, and Michael needs to farm a super missile. Because he might be able to get stuff to make his lower Norfair faster. Right now, with just Spazer and Charge Beam, it's a 150 shot fight, plus whatever ammo they pick up. So it's going to be quite the long fight if they do it this way. Both do at least always have run low percent ice. It's not a major category that either one of them runs a lot. I would say Ponk has a bit of an advantage on that one, but both have run that category before. Also, yeah, good point I'm seeing in chat. With only 5 power bombs, they're going to want to pick up Ice Beam or a couple more power bomb packs for sure. 5 can get you through with a bunch of refills, but not the way anyone wants to go into Turian. Okay, Punk can be the first to get to Kraid. Let's see if he can get that quick kill. And he does. Nicely done. Unfortunately, his reward is a reserve tank. Although with 4 E-tanks in a reserve, that's more than enough for either one of these guys. And Maniacal also getting a nice quick kill, so he'll see the reserve tank. Let's see if he picks it up. He does not. So it'll be interesting to see what checks these guys do in Norfair. They could go straight down to lower Norfair if they want to, doing that high jumpless lava dive. That said, They could also look for better beam upgrades, a better get a better situation with the jumping. So see if they have high jump boots. Pong picking up an X-ray scope. That's his favorite item. If they find plasma, that'll allow him to do a whole lot of nice microwave action. Maniacal also going to pick that up. So that gives them 2/3 of the microwave beam. They'll need X-ray, plasma, and charge beam for that. They're just missing plasma at this point. Okay, Ponk going to be the first one into the business center of Norfair. He is going to start by checking Ice Beam. Doesn't need to do the Mock Ball since he has Speed Booster. Maniacal going to check High Jump first and Wave Beam. So that's a good beam upgrade. That'll change their Ridley fight to about, I think it's 87 shots. The Wave Spazer Charge combination does 210 damage. Ridley has 18,000 HP. And unfortunately, that does not divide evenly. Ooh, a Screw Attack. That's going to help him in Lower Norfair as well. Sorry, it's 86 shots. Doing the math on a calculator since it's a decimal. So Screw Attack can be super helpful. That'll make everything in Lower Norfair much, much easier and much, much safer. And combining Screw Attack with Space Jump is a really deadly combination. Okay, Maniacal looks like he's going to skip the Ice Beam and go straight over to Bubble Mountain. Maniacal seeing some supers. Looks like he's going to go pick those up. Ponk getting his Screw Attack and picking up the supers over there. Maniacal deciding he wants some more supplement for his beam combination. Maniacal can go straight down. Looks like Punk's gonna do some Bubble Mountain cleanup. So this could be a really big play for Maniacal. If he can manage to get through this. And of course with Space Jump, they don't even need to do the High Jump plus Lava Dive, they just need to go up. Keep forgetting that it's so weird they have so many good items so early in we haven't seen anything like this since we changed the speed to variable. Ponk picking up super missiles. Did not see what the item before that was. But based on his almost full energy, I'm going to guess it was an energy tank. So Ponk playing it a little bit safer. Okay, Maniacal not even going to check the GT item. That's probably, yeah, I mean, at this point, he would love to have a beam upgrade. Any of the other major items would be good, but he is already in go mode and he's just gonna go. And this room, you know, trickier without high jump boots, but you have to do a little bit extra space jumping if you want to do what Maniacal was doing instead of wall jumping. Ponk going to pick up more supers. He now has 20. That's going to help him out a lot when he gets to Ridley. I suspect what Maniacal will do, will do charge shots to start Ridley off and then finish him off with the super missiles, because once Ridley turns that nice pink color, you'll know that you need 15 super missiles. He will be damaged just over 50%. So he'll probably need the full 15 super missiles, since the beam combo he has is not quite powerful enough to get all the way down to only needing 14. And he, of course, can supplement with his missiles. I'm also going to point out that if he didn't have Screw Attack and Speed Booster, and picks up Power Bombs, Power Bomb's a shame, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But getting out of Lower Norfair, you do actually need 6 Power Bombs if you don't have anything else to break the blocks. Now, he does have other things to break the blocks. He has Speed Booster to do a Speed Ball out of Wasteland, and he can use a Screw Attack in the Red Key Thunder Shaft to get back up there. So he would have been fine either way. But now he's picked up extra Power Bombs, and that'll help out. Ponk now going to head down as well, as expected. He has a few little extra energy compared to Maniacal, but no extra items. So he's got a little extra safety in terms of ammo and in terms of... he does have the Wave Beam. Maniacal did not pick up the Wave Beam at Ice. So Punk's got a little extra safety and a little extra firepower. Looks like Maniacal's going to farm himself up. Do you have the maximum amount of ammo that he can use on Ridley? Okay. Maniacal going to open up with regular missiles. The nice thing about those is that he can fire all of them very quickly. Unfortunately, even if he hits with all those regular missiles, it's only the equivalent of 5 supers. Okay, now he's going to switch over to the charge beam. And once Ridley turns pink, I suspect he'll switch over to supers. Ponk also picking up his Power Bombs of Shame with at Power Bombs of Shame. So far, Maniacal having a very clean Ridley fight. Just gotta wait for that pink color. As I say that, he falls into the acid, but he should be fine. Yeah, and Sloter's making a good point about running out of Power Bombs for Wasteland. There's a reason we call those the Power Bombs of Shame. And in any percent run, you pick those up because you ran out of Power Bombs to get down, or to get back out. Okay, now Ponk into his fight. So he's going to take fewer shots to get Ridley down. He's got 15 super missiles. I suspect he's going to do the same thing, use his beam to get Ridley down to that pink color and then fire off those super missiles. But it'll take him a lot less time to get Ridley down to that pink color because he's got Wave Beam as well, and Maniacal does not. Now Maniacal's energy looking a little bit sketchy. He's going to have to be careful. And you can see Punk's already got Ridley in that nice pink color and has managed to finish him off. Ooh, and Maniacal already switching to those supers. Okay, just an energy tank, get Ridley. Maniacal will be very grateful for that, I think. Now he just needs to get grabbed. You don't want to get grabbed while he's pogoing, because that actually will not start the death animation. There we go, now we're good. And I fully expect Maniacal to take this energy tank, and indeed he does. Unfortunately, the longer Ridley fight has put Maniacal now behind. Plus, with the lesser beam combination, he is going to have a longer Mother Brain fight. We'll see if he does any checks whatsoever coming out of Norfair. I'm not even sure he would have checked behind Ridley, except that his energy was low and really needed that energy tank. He's going to farm up a little bit of ammo here. Punk's gonna go ahead and check Firefly, probably hoping to get an upgrade in beams. It's just an energy tank. He says, I don't want that. A little surprised that would have given him stand-up glitch, although Punk doesn't care that much about stand-up glitch. And he doesn't have plasma anyway. Charge wave spacer's not really worth the trouble for stand-up. So he's probably just counting on not getting that plasma. And I would agree with you, Melody. I don't expect to see any Ranomizer. The amount of time that it would take to check Ranomizer for the payoff of whatever it would be is probably not going to be enough. I mean, the one thing that would possibly save them time would be if they picked up Ice Beam right at Ranomizer. That would save you time in Turian. And of course, neither one of them having 15 power bombs. They would like to have at least one more pack so they can be guaranteed not to have to refill when they go into Turian if they have to power bomb the Metroids in there. It is, I wouldn't say likely, but it's certainly more than a decent chance that they don't have to refill with 10. So at least they have that. But honestly, obviously they want to have at least one more pack so that when they go in there, they know they won't have to refill. Because they need a total of 12 to get through all 4 rooms. And that would give them 15. Maniacal gonna pick up some more supers. He needs them more than Ponk does because his beam combo just isn't as strong. Ponk gonna leave Norfair, head up to Meridia, no doubt. We'll see if Maniacal goes and checks any of the Bubble Mountain items. We know they were pretty much, I think they were all E-tanks, so there's not really much there for him. Looks like they're just prioritizing, both of them are more prioritizing ammo to get, extra firepower with super missiles and power bombs for the Metroid rooms. Okay, Maniacal gonna go ahead and check some of these items. Yeah. Oh, and there's some power bombs for Ponk. That is a tricky short charge to get. There are a few other ways to get that. The way he did it takes a stutter. I want to say a stutter 2, though I'm not sure. Oh, bombs. Okay, so we have bombs that wave. I don't think Ponk picked that one up. There are 2 other ways you can get that item in the game. The intended way is to go through the door previous to that, and that's a very tricky charge. The easiest way, I think, is a short charge from the cliff above. Yeah, and I agree with Psycho that the intended way is more difficult than either one of the short charges, if you can do stuttering, that is. The short charge off the cliff is not too bad, and definitely probably the easiest way if you can't stutter. And chat confirming that Ponk did not pick up those bombs. And gonna use supers as much as he can for bot wound. Maniacal ignoring the energy tank and picking up the super missiles. And it looks like just an E-tank at Baoun. Ponk running by pretty quickly, so I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely saw the yellow that usually is indicative of the E-tank, so. At this point, definitely doesn't need that. And Maniacal also going to skip the Ice Beam on his way out. He's going to just stick with the Charged Phaser combination. And we'll see what strats Ponk decides to use on Dragon here. Right now, he doesn't have very much ammo, so he's not going to do an ammo kill. He could do speed booster kills and do the traditional any percent setup, which it looks like he is. The other choice, or that's pretty much what he has, because his ammo is crap. With one super, you don't want to be trying to do ammo kills with Dragon, so he would have had to farm to do ammo kill, and he doesn't have plasma beam for a good charge shot situation. Doesn't have the microwave beam because he doesn't have plasma beam, and doesn't have grapple for the grapple kill. And Ponk getting a blue suit with his Dragon kill. Not even going to check the item. And I have to agree with chat saying the Ice Beam location. I think I have to agree. It would have really paid off for Maniacal if he had if his Ripley had been a little bit better. But not having the Wave Beam made that a very tough Ridley fight. And that's where Ponk took the lead. Maniacal picking up a 15th or a third pack of Power Bomb, so he'll be fine in Turian now. Keep in mind, this is only game 1. It is a best of 3. They are going to play all 3 games in a row. Third game, obviously, if necessary. And in game 2, we're going to have also the game 3 between Toasty versus Ajder, which should be a really good match. Maniacal also running past that E-tank, no surprise. We'll see if he checks the Dragon item. Okay, Maniacal now in his Dragon fight. We'll see what he decides to do. Also really low on ammo, so I suspect we'll see another speed booster kill. Yeah, and for those of you wondering about Ajder, he is okay. Real life got him. I won't go into any more details. That's his story to tell, not mine. But he is okay, and he will be racing later on today. Okay, Maniacal gonna supplement ammo with the speed booster. Okay, Ponk about to start his Fantoon fight. Looks like he's going to use Doppler. He does have the X Factor available to him. I don't know that I see Ponk doing a whole lot of X Factor, especially since he'd have to menu to turn off the Spazer Beam. Okay, Maniacal finishing off Dragon with some regular missiles. And unfortunately for Maniacal, well, maybe fortunately for Maniacal, just an E-Tank behind Dragon. And it looks like he was going to leave it, but then he realizes, yeah, my energy's a little bit low. Maybe I'll take that after all. Meanwhile, Ponk finishes off Fantoon. Okay, and Punk's just going to make his way to the ship. Almost getting the nice speed booster into the space jump, one of my favorite strats that just isn't useful enough in this game. And Ponk is going to refill at the ship. Considering he needs to use power bombs, that makes sense. And that extra ammo for Mother Brain will be useful as well. They will have to do speed Zeb skips. They do have enough ammo if they can't do it. I know both these guys can do it. Ponk with a little more success rate than Maniacal. But they do have enough ammo if they need to do an ammo, what I like to call the Zeb skip. Maniacal gonna head over to the wrecked ship and get his Fantoon. Okay, the fastest time in a league race so far. So, I can actually look that up for you. The fastest time was a 44:05 by Zost, followed by a 44:42 by Sloters, and a 45:03 by Ashter. So this is a little bit different. Of course, we have with the new variable logic. The fastest playoff time, let me see if I can find that. Fastest playoff time so far was a 49:49 by Aussie. But just to give you an idea of how good our players are that are in the top 16, Aussie actually won that race but did not win his match. So Ponk is now in room 4. This is one of those places where you kind of miss Spring Ball. Be nice, with Spring Ball you could do a little bit of jump rope over the Metroids and avoid getting the energy sucked out. Unfortunately, Ponk unable to do that. But without high jump boots, you're not going to go for baby skip anyway, so he will want to have to refill regardless. So it's not too bad to run out of it to get your energy down from the Metroids beforehand. They'll make this much, much quicker. Okay, Ponk gonna take the refill here. Maniacal actually is gonna check the right side supers. And finds Ice Beam. Oh. That'll help him. Unfortunately, it's not gonna help him, not gonna catch him up enough. He won't have to use power bombs for the Metroids, and he'll be able to do Ice Zeb Skip. Ponk, meanwhile, is just gonna super missile his way through the Zebs. He's got more than enough ammo to do this. I mean, typically in any percent run, you go in with a 20-10 amount of ammo, and he had 25 regular missiles and 10 super missiles, and that was after the doors, whereas you go into 20-10 before the doors. So okay, and like I said, this beam combination, he's going to use up his regular missiles first, but it's going to be minus those missiles. It is going to be an 86 shot fight. So we'll be here for a little bit. Maniacal also going to refill, so he can use that extra supplement. His fight will be with Charge Ice Spazer. That will be a 100 shot Mother Brain fight. Also supplemented by his ammo. So far, Ponk doing a very nice job of avoiding getting damage. He needs to stay above 3 E-Tanks. He does have at least one reserve. He might have 2. I'm not entirely sure. Picked up a second one. I do recall seeing 2 of them. Mother Brain getting to the catch-up stage. That means that she's more than 75% damaged. Ponk doing a good job of avoiding those catch-up beams. Those can be pretty deadly. 100 HP off if you get hit, but you can get double hit. I've even seen triple hit. It can get you damaged down very, very quickly. And Ponk is through. He's going to damage himself down, so he only gets the 1 rainbow beam. No, Maniacal did go to Fantoon. Game 2 will not be immediately after this one. We have to get Since game 2 is gonna be at the same time as Toasty versus Ashter, it's gonna depend on how quickly we can get them into the SRL room. But it won't start any later than 3:30. And of course, that's 3:30 Eastern time. Okay, Maniacal also damaging himself down before he goes for his not baby skip, since again, no high jump boots. Yeah, always kind of fun when you see the baby Metroid on both screens, even if it is in 2 different parts of the game. Okay, Ponk now in Mother Brain 3. Maniacal will be able to do a Zeb skip here that Ponk was unable to do. Unfortunately, that time save is not going to be enough, and it's really not. The big time save of the Ice Beam in terms of Zeb skip is really not having to pick up as much ammo. And of course, Maniacal will have more ammo for his Mother Brain fight. But he's also got the weaker beam combination. Punk's already in this escape anyway. Punk making very good work of the Leodox room. That can be pretty tricky without high jump boots, and he makes it look easy with only one fall. And Ponk, as is his trademark, does go save the animals. And Ponk finishes up with an official SRL time of 48:23. GG to Ponk. Maniacal finishing up Mother Brain 2. Okay, looks like Ponk is going to join us for a second. Like I said, we do have to wait for Azure and Toasty before we can get the game 2 going for Ponk and Maniacal, since Azure and Toasty are going to play their game 3 at the same time. Okay, Maniacal on Mother Brain 3, and then he'll finish this up. Wow, 17 super packs, and they did find quite a few early on. Okay, so let's see what we didn't find. We did not find hydrogen boots. They were at the wreck ship reserve tank. Ice beam we did find. Plasma beam at Mama Turtle. That wouldn't be that far out of the way. Spring ball at Croc. We weren't going there. And grapple at the reserve tank of Meridia. And Punk's joining us. How you doing, Punk?
Okay.
Congratulations on winning your first playoff game.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was quite the fast seed. I mean, I didn't think we'd get anything that fast since we went to the variable logic, but
I don't know. This seat was weird. It was fun but weird.
Mm-hmm.
I had a really hard time judging what Maniacal would check, especially like the upper north checks. And without ice, it was just super awkward because you had to like debate: do I want to check majors? Do I want to check minors?
Mm-hmm.
You had like only wave and spacers. It was like super weird. Yep. I don't know. It was really weird making calls. I felt really bad after checking like everything except for like, I think I checked everything except for Wave Beam and Croc, and I only got like E-Tanks out of it, and I thought like, fuck, if Maniacal skipped all of these, he's gonna be way ahead of me.
Yeah, well, he skipped the Ice Beam check, and that made his Ridley. He was actually ahead of you to Ridley, but you finished Ridley first because you had the better beam combination.
Wait, was Wave at ice?
Yeah, Wave was at ice.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, you went in with he went in first.
Did he check the Bubble Mountain items?
He checked them after. I think he only got the bombs at Wave Beam. He didn't check. I don't think he checked the other two E-Tank items.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I got kind of lucky with the last Power Bomb pack too. That blind Main Street check. That was fun. But yeah, I don't know, the seat made me kind of nervous because there was like only one way to route this, and then it would like one major route, like North at first, and then there were like so many things to debate about like checking majors and minors. And that always makes me nervous because that's really hard and can go like either way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like basically just a giant gamble, but
yep.
I don't know. Worked out, I guess. Yeah, Ice Beam I would have never gotten. I don't know.
Yeah, Maniacal took a risk and checked the right side supers and picked up Ice Beam.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it it's one of those things. Do you check it and hope for its Ice Beam? But if it's not, you're losing quite a bit of time. So yeah, one of those things.
Yeah, and also I missed the Green Gate glitch in Big Pink for like the first time in months. I was embarrassed. I was like, okay, I've won super, that's enough, right? And then that, I just felt terrible. But
oh, and joining us now is Maniacal.
Hello, Maniacal. GG.
Hey, GG Punk. What'd you feel terrible about? Because I felt terrible about
missing the Wave Gate glitch for like the first time in ages.
Oh my god!
And
how did you miss that?
I had only one super going in too, and I had to reload. I know.
Did you use the normalized setup?
Yeah, I did, and I still missed. Yeah, I know.
And I still lost, you fish.
Yeah, word.
Jesus, dude. Man, I co-jacked my one super into the floor on the Spazer check, and I had to go farm the cack attack.
Ouch.
So I I also had a stupid one super debacle, but that wasn't nearly the dumbest thing I did that seed.
What did
Now-
Oh
you do?
no.
What would you
Uh,
call the dumbest thing? Because I didn't see anything super dumb in my opinion.
Really, Tracy? You didn't see anything super, super dumb? Because I almost completely had to forfeit really early in the seed.
Well, you're okay.
What did you
Did you
do?
catch it?
Apparently, I didn't catch it.
So
Wait, did you do something with power bombs? That's my guess.
I did something with power bombs in Wasteland.
You
Oh,
really
yeah,
got that
yeah,
lucky?
I got
oh
that
my
lucky.
god! I was checking that and I was like, oh man, if I had
Oh,
like
of
one
course,
power bomb
power
less,
bomb
this would have been
shape.
really lucky. And I can't
Yeah.
believe you actually. Oh my, that is
I-
so cool though.
I
love
went.
it.
So I blew out the blocks at the bottom of the red key hunter shaft with
Uh-huh.
4 and rolled in, and I thought, okay, I have X-ray. X-ray is going to let me clip out. Like I can save on my way back, or I can like farm on my way back, and
Yeah.
I can X-ray clip back out. So 5 is good.
Hmm.
And I had 4 going down, and I just forgot about the 2 power bombs I was going to need through the door.
Ouch.
Because I'm so used to having
Right.
bombs there. And so I got to Wasteland like with the Diskegas with 0 power bombs, and I didn't hit a drop.
Oh god.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So if I won that, I would have completely not deserved to win. It was, I was sweating, man. And then
I mean, I was just glad that I had 10 power bombs then for
I
Tyrion.
had 5.
But god.
I had 5, and then
Oh,
No, I
you
mean
both
like
got your chicken
after the pack. I mean.
yeah, after the pack, I was glad to have 10, and I actually hunted out a 3rd pack because I didn't want to do Metroid drops.
Yeah.
And then I found ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually both hunted out a second power bomb pack. Ponk got one in the Bubble
I
Mountain
got
area.
my last one in Main Street. I did the.
Oh no,
short
no, you're
charge
right.
blinds.
The Main Street check, and then
I-
Maniacal got one in Aqueduct.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Aqueduct was double power bombs.
So what beams did you finish with?
Charge ice spazer. You?
I didn't get ice, but I got wave.
there
I
was
was
wave.
I was told you skipped ice beam.
I did not
The
skip
beam
ice
check.
beam.
Well,
you
the
skipped
ice beam item.
check.
Like
Oh
the
yeah,
location.
I
That's
skipped the
where wave
location there. Oh, that's where
Yeah, that's
wave
what
was.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have made Ridley a lot easier.
Yeah.
and that was kind of the turning point. You went into Ridley before Ponk did, but your fight was much, much longer, so he got out faster.
Yeah, my fight was pretty bad. I ended Ridley with like no saves. That power bomb thing shook me, honestly.
Mhm.
And I ended with like 50 health and grabbed the Ridley E-tank, and
Did you
like-
just skip all of Golden Mountain?
I did not. I checked it all on the way out. The only thing I checked
Ah,
on,
okay.
the only thing I checked on the way, I didn't do speed. I never checked speed.
Okay.
Just E-tank.
The only thing that I checked on the way in was the bottom right item location. I went and grabbed the super pack so I would have it for
Mm.
because I figured I was probably on charge spazer because I
Right.
didn't do screw attack and I didn't do fire fleas before Ridley.
Yeah, I checked the reserve tank and speed booster before Ridley, and I think I never checked wave beam.
Yeah, I don't think you
just
did.
headed out.
Wave was
Bombs.
it bombs? Yeah, wave was bombs.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Which
That would've been
would have
helpful.
been really nice to have had.
Yep.
For peace of mind, it would have been helpful. But
How much were you sweating in that moment when you had to get the power bombs in that item?
I mean, basically, as soon as I rolled into the little channel, I was like, "Oh, crap! This is not good. This is this." And I need to get bailed out by a power bomb drop or PBs of shame being PBs.
Okay.
And it was pretty shameful, but also really lucky. So
Must have been a big relief, though.
it was the biggest relief because I got to keep playing Super Metroid.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of waiting for you to finish, because there's no coming back from that. I didn't have a save anywhere. It would have just been an on-the-spot forfeit and just dead.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I got very, very lucky to even be able to play that seed, and then had to get fairly lucky at Ridley. I played the early part of Ridley a little more aggressively, and then he just kept not turning pink, and he wouldn't turn pink. And I was
Yeah.
like watching my health bleed down, and I think I ended with like 51 or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, It was
Yeah, it
Charge
was.
Spazer 15 Supers Ridley. So, I mean, it's doable. Like it's not a tough fight, but it wasn't going great. I put too much stock in having screw attack, and then just kept getting like hit by the tail.
Yeah, it's such a weird fight with like this low speed setup and screw attack because you can never get high enough.
Yeah, exactly. I was doing a bunch of like crouch jumps, but I was mistiming the swoops and just like clipping my feet into his head over and over, and like watching my health go down. And yeah, it was not a good.
I also thought the start was pretty interesting because I rarely see this concept of like having both ammo on the first two miners, and then BT giving you speed. And for the longest time, I was actually thinking that there would be like another item at Gauntlet, at the Gauntlet Major, with like a super rare Gauntlet Spark Forced. And actually, like, it could have been that, the two miners in Big Pink, which it ultimately turned out to be, or Spore Spawn. But we couldn't have even saved before Spore Spawn. So I did something that I never do and actually saved in the Green Shaft, just in case we have to do Spore Spawn, and I couldn't save right before him. So that was a weird early game, but I liked it. It was just a very different seed, which was cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a really weird early game. I was less in on Spore Spawn just because I didn't think that I'd have time for that. But I did kind of look around. I sequenced early supers a little differently, like took more the Hondo route, hoping to find power bombs up there to look at the miners in the back. And
right.
I thought about Edikun's skip, honestly. I was like, Edikun's is really far back there.
That would have been bad. Well, especially when we're used to Gravity Suit not being able to be there, and now
exactly, Gravity Suit can't spawn there was the first thought. And then I was like, wait, they told me that they changed it. Maybe they biased it so that it will.
Yeah, I don't know if they did, but yeah.
It shouldn't be biased.
But yeah.
As we saw, it definitely could be there.
Yep.
Yeah, because my default for total randos is Gravity Suit cannot be there, and I already had Varia. And I was like, I should just skip Edikun's. I was like, wait, no, they said they changed something. They said they undid like that particular restriction. I should go take a look and see what's there. And I'm glad that I did, because if I didn't, that would have been really bad. Ultimately, it didn't make a difference, but
well, it made this race a lot closer, so that's something.
I don't know how close it was. I mean, you got me by like 4 or 5 minutes in a seed that was like only 12 minutes long. So.
I mean, I don't know. We were like apparently neck and neck at Ridley, so that seems pretty close to me.
Yeah, I must have lost a bunch. Like, I guess you did the Bubble Mountain checks on the way in.
Yeah, I did. I thought I could get like more stuff, just like for the ammo. It felt worth it. I don't know how well it paid off in the end.
I was really, really close to that, and also really close to like looking at Mickey Mouse and things like that. But I was like, charge Spazer Ridley with screw attack. This is fine.
This is fine.
And it was not fine. I guess it was fine. It was fine enough.
Right.
It worked out. Like, it's a binary thing. Either Ridley dies or you die. And Ridley died, so that was good.
Well, I mean, it can be both. Especially with Ridley. It can be both.
That is true. A lot more common in, like, RBO. But
that is true, yeah. Always unfortunate.
It can be both.
So
I was actually pretty close to the both, because I had like just over a hit to give when I needed to get picked up.
Yeah, 51 sounds scary.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. So once I got through the Ridley fight, I was like, okay, well, maybe Ponk dies to Ridley, because Charge Spazer Ridley, apparently isn't as free as I wanted it to be.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking forward to the next race, sir.
Yeah,
I hope we can make this a third game. We'll see.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
That'll be all in your hands. I have a feeling.
No,
don't show it short.
No, I really wouldn't say that. No.
We'll see. I feel like this seed did not play to my strengths, and
this seed was kind of a boss rush. I mean, it
was.
I'll try to come up with something familiar.
A very, very.
I tend to perform badly.
Boss rush. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
It was like a category I've never run, boss rush. And so I didn't have room strats for most of them. I kind of tried to like emulate low percent ice for a lot of them,
That
but
makes
I've
sense.
only ever done like one casual ass low percent ice. So like I don't have experience in that category either.
I feel
But
like I
go
feel like
ahead.
it might have been a little bit more interesting if Space Jump wasn't in, because
Yeah,
then
Oh
yeah.
Lower
yeah.
Norfair
Well,
would have
and I
never
kept
been like this good of a check in the first place, just because we couldn't have made it through worst room in the game.
and I kept trying to have you guys not have space jump, even though it's my favorite item. I kept saying, well, they're both able to do high jump with lava dive, like, but oh wait, they have space jump. They don't need to do it.
I guess on
Yeah.
the other hand, Charge was at X. Hmm. Huh.
Well, and
Would have been
actually, yeah,
interesting.
the charge at X-ray was interesting
Mhm.
because since Ponk, I know you're very good at doing the early X-ray check, and Maniacal, I don't usually see you doing the early X-ray check without the space jump or the grapple beam. That would have been a definite difference maker.
I have definitely seen people skip X-ray even with grapple or space jump, though, just because it's just kind of a long check to do. So that would have also been interesting.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
well.
that's it seems like neither of us got by any of the things that could get someone on this one.
Yeah.
Oh
And we
yeah.
just kind of had to go do the crappy thing that the seed told you to do,
Oh yeah.
which was how many E-tanks did you end with, by the way?
I don't. I think
I
like
want to
I
say
think
six.
six. Yeah,
I think
six
six
Okay.
sounds
plus
right.
one reserve, maybe. You had at
Six
least
plus
one
one
reserve.
reserve. Yeah, I had one reserve.
Okay.
I
I
always pick.
skipped the reserve, but I think I ended with 6 or 7, so but you
Oh
said you never got ice, right?
no,
Okay.
I don't think I
Right
would have
side
ever
super.
checked. Yeah, I don't think I would have ever checked that, especially after I already had 15 power bombs. Just the odds of that being ice would have been so low. Do you know where high jump was?
Haven't a clue. I didn't find that
Credit.
spring ball plasma. I thought it could be ice, it could be wave, it could be plasma, and any of the three of those would be pretty helpful. And high jump boots would also enable baby skip, and so I figured with a 4 outer, with it was probably about 50% to hit almost.
Mm,
Just I mean it was a little less than 50% to hit. It was probably more like 40% to hit, given all the
right.
Meridian Majors, Croc plus upper rect ship
Oh yeah.
and Gauntlet. But if I didn't hit something there, I was going to check Gauntlet. And so I was taking 2 swings for something to potentially save me,
Ooh.
a good 30 to 40 seconds.
Oh yeah, that gauntlet play would have been interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like, I figure if Gauntlet or right side supers is a beam upgrade, that substantially shortens my Mother Brain fight.
Yep.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
like helps my Torian, because I didn't have Wave. So Wave was still
Oh,
a
right,
live
yeah.
draw for me.
Yeah,
The most-
I read out where those other items were during the credits, and I already forget. So nothing
It's
was in
all
a really easy place. So
They blend together.
something
so
was at
easily.
Mama Turtle that would have been nice. I forget what. Maybe in Plasma. There was definitely something at Mama Turtle. That's
Yeah,
still enough.
Plasma would have been nice. My Dragon went real bad.
Oh god, yeah.
I got. Well, I finished Dragon with ammo. That's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you didn't have a lot going in either.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine because I had Speed Booster.
Right.
But I just, like, I messed up a couple spark inputs, and
Ouch.
that just makes the fight take a while. So I definitely
yeah.
lost time on boss fights. But either way, yeah, I think that's about what I've got to say for this one. Hopefully the next one is texturally different. I'd like to play some diverse seeds.
I'll
And
work
that was
on
a
it
fun
for you. I'll
One,
do my
one
best.
with more routing options maybe would
Yeah.
be fun.
Exactly. That was a
Yeah,
fun one to do once.
Yeah,
You
right.
had the
But
option
not
of
in a
going
playoff
ship, but no.
situation. Like, that was a fun seed to do in, like, a random pickup race or something, but that wasn't really a great playoff seed. But it was fun.
Yep. Also, good luck to Aster and Toasty. I think we're going to be joined for a
Yeah.
4-way race next.
Yeah.
So that
Oh,
should
and
be
it
fun.
looks like Sloters is going to join me on commentary, so that'll be really fun.
All right.
Oh,
Well, good
boy.
luck on commentary.
Yeah, thank you for the commentary, Tracy. Looking
You're
forward to
very
hearing
welcome.
you and Sloters on the game too when I watch it back. Should be fun. But gonna hop out now and go take a minute to get ready for the next
Yeah, as soon as Toasty shows up in SRL, we'll be getting started. Okay, and with that, thank you guys for checking in and talking about the first race. I am going to go and mute myself for a little bit while we get set up for the next race, so that we can get going. But for now, thank you to both runners. Thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you to Feasel for helping us get this set up, and everybody else behind the scenes at Speed Gaming. And thank you to Siberian for tracking. If you're not already doing so, do follow those runners. Two of my absolute favorite people to watch, and I watch them all the time. So yeah, join me in there. They're great. They're great follows. And I'll put up the commentary one too, so that Siberian can get a little bit of love from you guys for tracking. And we'll be back shortly with Maniacal versus Ponk Game 2 and Toasty versus Asher Game 3. So hopefully you all join us then.